Welcome to Westbridge Hills 22, I am Black FS and this is our Use Machinery Challenge. This is Westbridge Hills and we start in April. As we said we pretty much said we were going to at the end of the last video. We said we were going to skip through the rest of March. I said I would only come back on if there was something good comes up in the Use Machinery. There was something that came up in the second half of May and this is it. We now have our own Mack wagon. I mean, the fact that it's a Mack doesn't really matter, but the fact that we've got our own truck and we're not having to lease one is absolutely great. Do you know what? I didn't even see, but when I bought it, I didn't even see what it takes. I assume it just takes everything. Didn't say it, does it? Yeah, I assume it takes everything, but that was 75 grand to buy it. Obviously, we're going to have to fix it up, but we're not actually going to be using it. It's going to stay there for now. The reason why it's going to stay there is because our first cotton field is ready to harvest. We thought it might be, didn't we? We said that it might have been this month, although it didn't feel like it was overly long since we planted it. But that's changed, hasn't it? Didn't they used to be cutouts, didn't they? Remember? Yeah, they were cardboard cutouts. Do you know what? That was them up there. There was an update on Westbridge Hills, I remember, and I don't know if I've actually been on it since, thinking about it. But anyway, oh, I think I might have, just to see if the train was working again, and it wasn't. Okay, the one we're going to go for, because we're renting, and we've already got a basic kit down at the farm that's going to be suitable for it. We're going to rent this, so it'd be 485 if we could buy it, which obviously we can't. It's going to be just under 25 grand to lease it. Per hour cost is 10 grand. Oh my god. So we're going to have to get this done. I mean, we've got 2 fields and we're going to have to keep it overnight as well. So we're going to incur at least another 10 grand in overnight costs. I mean, the sensible thing to do really, although it would only be saving us 5 grand, would be to lease this in the second half of this month, but we're not going to do that. We're going to lease it now. I mean, that looks huge, doesn't it? That looks absolutely massive. We'll go this way. I have to remember as well how delicate this steel, steers. I mean, it's so wide, isn't it? Right, I'll get this over, and yeah, we'll get cracking. Okay, so we just get into our field now. It is quite slow getting here, it's only 15 miles an hour, but we'll get this unfolded. Do we need to lower it? We do need to lower it. And let's get going. I mean, like I said, we need this doing as fast as possible really, because the longer it takes, it's going to cost us a lot more money. I mean, we'll certainly hit the first hour fee, won't we? I would have thought. I can't see we'll get this done in an hour. I wonder how many bales we'll get off. I mean, it's a massive field, but it doesn't fill up very quick, does it? I mean, we're only at 3% now. It's something like between 2 and 2,500 per 1,000 litres. and obviously we get 20,000 litres per bale. Be good to get a nice few bales, won't it? 4 or 5 bales would be brilliant. I don't know if we'll get that many though. The other thing that we need to do is, funnily enough, in line with fabric, which we won't be using this for. We're going to be selling our cotton straight off. But fabric is at its top price now in April, so we need to go and sell our fabric. I think we've got sort of maybe four or five pallets worth of it. We'll have to go and get rid of it, and that's worth a lot as well. That's worth over £6 per pallet. So we've got some decent money up there waiting to sell, or waiting to be made even. And then is our cows have got another month to go, haven't they? Our cows got another month to go. Let's have a look. Yeah. So they've got until next month, which is when we're going to sell them off. And then get some new ones. Whether we'll do... I haven't decided yet whether we'll carry on doing beef cattle. I think we probably will. We'll see how much money we make, but I think we probably will carry on doing that. Right, so pretty much each run of this is going to give us... Are we going to get up to 14%? Just shy. I mean, it just looks like an absolute beast, doesn't it, as well? I know it was really good in 19, wasn't it, getting these harvesters. I would have preferred, probably, to use one of the mods, one of the John Deere ones, purely because I haven't used them, or if I have used them, I might have used them for one contract on Elm Creek. I might have used one of the John Deeres, but I may have also used this one, I can't remember. I do remember using, in fact, sorry, it wasn't Elm Creek, it was Bellaron. I remember doing cotton for a contract, but I'm sure it was one of the John Deere ones. In fact, I know it definitely was one of the John Deere ones, because it was a different type of bale collector that we used. It was that black one with like the sort of sweeping arm that comes and picks them up, the round bales up. And I think we did use this one as well, didn't we? We used this harvester on Bellaron on a different field, I remember. I'm so glad we've managed to start using this. I really wanted to get into cotton on this series. I mean, you have to go with this limitations what we've got, the fact that we can either buy used machinery or we have to lease, then we're so limited, aren't we? Because leasing just obviously costs an absolute fortune and is unsustainable. If you're just going to lease equipment, it is completely unsustainable. But it's a shame that one of these didn't pop up. It would have been nice. What, we're at 25%? Do you know what? When I said 4 or 5 bales, I think we might get more. And I don't just mean off this field, I mean off our 2 fields, because if we're going to be over a quarter full in less than 2 runs, I think we might do quite well out of this. Right, what we shall do is we'll get a bit of a time lapse going. I won't go all the way to the end with the time lapse. I'll come back at points with this. So we'll just sort of have, I think we'll have little time lapses going and try to work our way through it. Okay, so we're coming towards the... Well, we have come to the end of our first time lapse. We're coming towards the first bale being produced. We're at... I find it a lot easier going this way, by the way, when we're doing cotton. Yeah, we are 98% through. We have to get up to 20,000 litres and get that first bale produced. And if we look on the map, we've got a long way to go. That's what we've got. Can't remember if this unloads automatically or not. No. And there is our first bale. So 20,000 litres, price wise for cotton, say 2,500. Oh, we have to close it up as well. So I mean, we're looking at 60 grand, 50 grand, 60 grand. We're looking at some money. Why on earth am I struggling with that? 50 grand. Why did I even think of 60? This is what working nights does to you, people. Quick maths, brilliant. So yeah, there is a lot of money already. And we've still got a lot more to go. I really didn't think. Well, we're going to get, basically we're going to get more than what I thought, but we're also going to spend a hell of a lot of money on leasing fees. I mean, we're 0.4, well, we're nearly halfway through the hour, say, which is going to whack another 10 grand on our leasing costs. So we are going to make the money, but we're also hugely going to pay for it. When's the price isn't at its highest until February as well. What am I going to do with them? So what price are we at now? Do you know, I'd say the price is meant to be low. It's not that low. I could probably... It's going to go down again, like... I think we'd probably be best storing it, wouldn't we? And that is where, like I think I mentioned in the last episode, the wheel loaders come in just to move them around. So much easier with one of the massive wheel loaders, because they are mega heavy, them bales. Can you remember in 19 when we got the issue with the floating bales? It was just for cotton, wasn't it? Remember? it would come out the machine and then go like 6 foot up in the air. Right, we're moving along nicely. Let's not have a time lapse, let's have a bit of a jump and we'll try to get another couple of bales done. Okay, so we've put the harvester on a worker. As you can see, we've got bits missing here as well. We'll have to come back and do it at some point. We have some bales, and when I say some bales, we've got plenty. I've started moving all of them over to the only place we're going to be able to sell it, actually. I don't think we'll be able to sell it anywhere else. We can't sell it at Ravenport, and we own the spinnery, which means they won't sell there either. I can't believe it's like 4 o'clock already. I don't even know if we're going to get that field finished. Right, let's get in here and you'll see the amount we've created so far. So this is number 6 already, which I must be honest, I wasn't expecting this many. What did I say? It's been like 2 days since I started recording this. Did I say 4 or 5? Sure I said that. Well, it's been way more than 4 or 5. Because we're on 6 and we're still going. Which I think at top whack that's like 50 grand a bale, isn't it? We were saying. Which is absolutely crazy. How much of this have we got left to do? We've still got we've got like a third of the field left to do as well. I'm really not sure whether we'll get all this done. I mean, there's no harm in it because we've got it for the next few days anyway. It won't be going back. Right, let's this as well. This trailer, it was one of the first purchases I made, wasn't it? I'm sure I got this like pretty much straight away. It's the first time I've used it. We could go down and mix some food up for them, although they're not desperate for it. Could do with selling that slurry as well, or figuring out what we actually want to do with it. Let's take it up. I might as well do some while we're here. So another 22%. So if we're a third in, do we reckon we'll get another 2 bills? I say a third in, sorry, with a third left. Another 2 bills out of this. Maybe 2 and a bit to take into the next our next field, which would be nice. I am gonna have to go and refuel it though. I've just noticed that. That's not gonna do the next field as well. It might finish this one. It's gonna be a right pain, isn't it, driving it down there? Like I said, I find it much easier controlling it from the front when we're doing cotton. You'll see as well, we clicked on into, we like well on our way into 3 hours now. So that'll be another 10 grand coming out. So far we're up to about 45 grand, aren't we? In leasing costs. Because we had like, it was 25 grand to lease it, and then so far we've had 2 hours worth, which is 10 grand each, so it ain't cheap. Oh god, I wish there was one in there. I could, if I knew what I was going to plant in there, start doing that, couldn't I? I've got the direct drill. To be honest, I have no idea what I want to put in here. None whatsoever. We could do something like potatoes or sugar beet, couldn't we? I mean, we would make a fortune. I mean, it would cost a lot as well, to be fair. It would cost a lot to hire the equipment, but it would also make a hell of a lot of money. It would take so long as well, wouldn't it? Oh my god, can you imagine doing potatoes in a field this big? I remember we did it on Campson, didn't we? We bought the, is it called a Venator, or it's something similar to that, isn't it? We bought that in that massive field that you start with. In fact, we might have done it with a couple of fields where we put potatoes in a couple of fields, and don't get us wrong, we made a lot of money out of it, but it took so long to do. Wouldn't mind doing corn, to be honest. Corn might be a decent one. Don't feel like I've done corn that much because we're not doing it on no man's land. We have done it on no man's land, but we're not doing it regularly because we don't have a production going for corn on there. And it's not like it's a great sort of pair either. It's you don't get a load for it. You don't get any straw for it, so we just, yeah, on that series we just haven't done it. I'm just looking through to see what other sort of stuff is. You'll see the new kits on there, the new DLC. I mean, that, to be fair, that could solve our issue on here, couldn't it? Where we've been looking to sort of upgrade our grass work. I'll have to have a look at that. I have no idea. In fact, I think it's 4,000 litres it takes. Yeah, it is 4,000 litres. So 180 centimetre bales. We're getting, with the one we've got at the minute, we get 240, 220 or 240, don't we? Depending on what we do, whether we wrap them or not. So only doing 180 centimetre bales, that's going to create a hell of a lot of bales. Is that pumps and hoses out as well? Not sure if that's out or not. I know there was two things. There was that pack there, what's it called? Vermeer. That came out. But then there was a pack for the grapes, wasn't there? That. The grape liner series. They both came on today. Right, what are we at? Nearly half 4. Okie doke. I'm gonna have another jump. Because this is still gonna take quite a while. I'm gonna have another jump. If it starts getting dark, we'll stop. Otherwise, we will go to the end, I think. Right, so we're back on. It's nearly 7 o'clock. You can see it's like, it doesn't actually look that dark, but it is. There's no point in, I'm not just going to keep recording while it's like this. I hate recording at the best of times in the dark, but yeah, we're just going to run out of sunlight, aren't we? I just wonder whether to carry on doing this off camera or to carry on doing it in the next video. In the next video we will have other stuff to do, but I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to do this off camera and then, because we're going to be doing in another video, not next video but the video after, we'll be doing a lot more cotton harvesting as well. So yeah, doing it off camera might be the best solution, mightn't it? But I mean, we're doing really well for bales, really well. So there's another one. There's at least another 2 on the field. I'm not even looking where we're going. There's at least another 2 on the field. It looks like I'm going to get more. I said another 2, didn't I, when we started? Maybe 2 and a bit. Well, we've already got 2. We're on to the bit now. And there's still loads to do. So, yeah, we definitely get more out of it than we thought. We've hugely done better than what I said at the beginning. What did I say at the beginning? I said like 4 or 5, didn't I, when we first started? I think we're already up to about 8. So, yeah, it's gone really well. And it wants to be fair, for the amount that we're paying for it, it wants to. But we may as well end here. I will just finish this off camera. I'll go back and there's a few little bits that need picking up, and I'll probably clear the field. What that'll allow us to do actually is to get this cultivated in the next video, won't it? Ready to either seed or at least ready to plant when it comes round to June. Sorry, not June. If it comes round to May. So that sounds like a plan. I still need to think what we're going to get in here though, and I have no idea what we're going to put in yet. So any suggestions, please? Because I think before we get to that, we'll end up having 2 no man's land. So yeah, any suggestions, please put in the comments. I'm sure we'll have time to implement them. But we're going to leave it here because my lines are all over the place. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.